Before 70, decluttering these 6 items will lead to a happier life. Look around your space right now. Really see it. Does it feel like a sanctuary or a storage unit? Are you being gently cradled by your home or quietly crushed by it? As we edge closer to that epic 7-0, it's time to ask ourselves, are we living with our stuff, or is our stuff living us? What ancient Buddhist monks knew and modern neuroscience confirms is that every item you own carries an energetic weight far heavier than its physical mass. That chair you never sit in, it's whispering obligations. Those unworn clothes, they're shouting regrets. Today at Moonmind Temple, I'll show you the 6 possessions silently draining your life force, and how letting them go isn't just decluttering, it's reclaiming your spiritual freedom. This isn't about tidying up, it's about waking up. Are you ready to breathe again? Let's first clarify what we mean by decluttering for a simpler, happier life. It's not merely about Marie Kondoing your belongings, though that can be a helpful method. Here, it's about a conscious practice of non-attachment, a key concept in Buddhism. It's about recognizing that our happiness is not inherently tied to our possessions, and that sometimes holding on to things can actually hinder our well-being. A simpler life, in this context, is one where we are not burdened by excess, allowing us more space, both physical and mental, for what truly matters: connection, presence, and inner growth. And a happier life, in the Buddhist sense, it's a life less marked by the suffering that arises from clinging and craving. As we move through this journey of letting go, consider this. What emotional baggage might these physical items be carrying? 1. Free your space, free your mind, releasing worn-out furniture. Our journey to a lighter, more awakened life begins with confronting the silent giants inhabiting our homes, worn-out and unused furniture. Think of that sagging armchair, its once vibrant fabric now faded and torn. See the dusty table banished to the basement, a forgotten relic of family gatherings past. Perhaps there's an exercise bike, now merely a clothes rack, a monument to good intentions abandoned. These aren't just items, they're anchors, weighing down both your physical and mental space. The ancient wisdom echoes, all conditioned things are impermanent. Buddha. Just as the seasons shift and the river flows, everything in existence is in a constant state of change. Clinging to what is worn, broken, or no longer serves its purpose is resisting this fundamental truth, creating a disharmony within ourselves. Consider the story of Steve Jobs, a man who understood the power of simplicity. His minimalist lifestyle, often attributed to his Zen Buddhist practice, allowed him to focus on innovation and creation, unburdened by unnecessary possessions. He saw clutter not just as a visual distraction, but as a mental one, a thief of time and energy. What is the furniture in your home stealing from you? Zen teaches us to dwell fully in the present moment, to embrace the now. That unused furniture, gathering dust and cobwebs, is a vestige of the past, not a contributor to your present joy. A Zen master might say, each morning, the maple leaves are different. Each evening, the moon is new. This underscores the ceaseless flux of the universe. Why then do we cling so tightly to inert objects that have outlived their usefulness? Are we afraid of letting go of a memory, a perceived investment, or a fear of future need? Imagine the lightness of a room graced only by furniture you genuinely need and love. A space that breathes freely, inviting mindful presence. This isn't about sterile minimalism. It's about intentionality, about surrounding yourself only with items that resonate with your current life and aspirations. Releasing the old and unused isn't an act of discarding. It's an act of clearing, creating space for new energy, new possibilities, and a renewed connection to yourself. As the famed architect Frank Lloyd Wright observed, space is the breath of art. By freeing your space, you're not just decluttering, you're creating a canvas for your life's masterpiece, a sanctuary where you can truly thrive. How might releasing that heavy, outdated furniture invite a sense of renewal, inspiration, and newfound freedom into your living space and, more importantly, into your very soul? It's time to release the silent giants and welcome the spaciousness of the present moment. But what about the clothes hiding in our closets, silently judging our past choices and current size? 2. Ditch the maybe someday clothes, embracing your present self. Our wardrobes, often overflowing with clothes we might wear, can become silent battlegrounds between our present reality and a phantom version of ourselves. It's time to liberate yourself from this fashion purgatory and embrace the power of dressing the soul you are today. How much of your closet remains untouched, unseen for over a year? Those too small jeans whispering self-criticism, the career suit a ghost of your past professional life, the impulse buys that never quite felt you. They're not just hanging there, they're holding you back. Buddhist philosophy powerfully illuminates this struggle. We cling to the notion of a fixed self, resisting the ever-flowing nature of existence. The Buddha taught that there is no self, not in the static, definable way we often believe. Our identities are fluid, constantly evolving, shaped by experiences and choices. Holding on to unworn garments, remnants of past identities or aspirational fantasies, prevents us from fully inhabiting who we are right now. The teachings of Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh emphasize living in each present moment, fully aware and appreciative. What happens when you see a smaller dress from years ago, a constant reminder of your past physique? Does it fill you with the contentment of what used to be, or with the subtle dissatisfaction of your current body? How much energy are you wasting on clinging to the past instead of fully accepting yourself as you are right now? Imagine the freedom of a streamlined wardrobe filled only with clothes that you love, that feel comfortable against your skin, that empower you to express your authentic self. This isn't about superficiality. It's about cultivating self-compassion and respect. Embrace the wisdom of Coco Chanel, who advised, dress shabbily and they remember the dress. Dress impeccably and they remember the woman. What do you want your clothes to say? Do you want them to be the chains of the past or a canvas for your present story? Let go of the maybe someday clothes and make space for garments that celebrate the vibrant, unique individual you are today. As the renowned spiritual teacher Ram Dass once said, we're all just walking each other home. This journey of self-acceptance begins with embracing our current reality, including our physical form, and dressing that form with kindness, joy, and reverence. By letting go of the clothes that no longer serve us, we create a powerful pathway to self-love and contentment. It's about choosing freedom over the confines of the closet and stepping fully into the radiant soul you are today. But what about the unseen items lurking in our medicine cabinets and drawers, potentially posing a risk to our well-being? 3. Safeguard your well-being, eliminating expired medications and toiletries. Let's now venture into the often overlooked corners of our homes, the medicine cabinet and bathroom drawers, where expired medications and ancient toiletries silently reside. These hidden hazards, accumulating gradually, pose a risk to our physical well-being, and from a Buddhist perspective, a subtle violation of our commitment to compassionate self-care. This simple act of safeguarding our health can be a profound affirmation of our commitment to well-being in the present moment. Holding on to expired medications can be genuinely dangerous. Their efficacy diminishes over time, and in some cases, they can even become toxic. Ancient toiletries too lose their effectiveness or can harbor harmful bacteria. From a Buddhist perspective, this connects directly to the principle of ahimsa, non-harming. The Buddha taught us to cultivate kindness and compassion, not just towards others, but towards ourselves. The concept of ahimsa is far more than just abstaining from physical violence. It is about cultivating harmlessness in our actions, thoughts, and intentions. By keeping potentially harmful substances, even unintentionally, we are not fully embracing this practice of care and well-being, both for ourselves and others, especially if these items are accessible to children or pets. We often treat our health as something to deal with later, when it's convenient or when the pain becomes undeniable, forgetting the Zen teaching that every moment is an opportunity for self-compassion. Imagine knowing your medicine cabinet is a sanctuary of safety, filled only with current, potent remedies, ready to support your health. Envision your bathroom drawers as a curated space for self-care, filled with products that nourish and protect. This isn't about obsessive cleanliness, it's about mindful awareness, about honoring your body and treating it with the respect it deserves. Consider the story of Albert Schweitzer, a physician and humanitarian whose life exemplified the principle of non-harming. He dedicated his life to alleviating suffering, both physical and spiritual. What would Schweitzer say about expired medications languishing in your cabinet? Zen emphasizes mindful awareness in all aspects of our lives. Regularly checking and mindfully disposing of expired medications and old toiletries is an act of profound self-care. The old saying, "A stitch in time saves 9, applies to caring for yourself. It is about being present to our needs and ensuring our environment supports our health. Imagine the peace of mind, knowing that your medicine cabinet contains only what is current and safe. This simple act can be a powerful affirmation of your commitment to well-being in the present moment. So let's transform those neglected corners into a sanctuary of well-being, a testament to our commitment to living a healthy, mindful, and compassionate life. It's a small act with a profound impact on our overall well-being and a clear expression of self-love. While we may have addressed the larger items, let's not overlook a subtler, yet equally pervasive source of unease: the stacks of old papers. 4. Tame the paper monster. Clearing clutter. Clearing your mind. Let's turn our attention to a less obvious but equally potent source of clutter: the often daunting world of old papers, documents, and unused mail. Unseen yet ever-present, another source of stagnation often lurks: the mounting stacks of forgotten papers. Bills from years ago, expired warranties, random notes scribbled on scraps. These seemingly insignificant items can coalesce into a formidable paper dragon, breathing stress and disorder into our lives. From a Buddhist perspective, these excessive accumulations can symbolize clinging to the past, worrying about potential future needs that may never materialize, or a resistance to letting go of information that no longer serves a purpose. This is another version of clinging and craving, according to Buddha. Our minds, like our homes, benefit from clarity and order. A cluttered external environment directly mirrors a cluttered internal landscape. As the ancient proverb states, a cluttered desk is a sign of a cluttered mind. This is a direct invitation to have a clearer mind by just organizing your desks. Zen practice encourages us to live simply and directly, to find peace in the everyday. Sifting through old papers and mindfully discarding what is no longer necessary can transform from a chore into a form of meditation in action. It's about being present with each piece of paper, consciously deciding its relevance, and releasing what no longer serves a purpose with gratitude. Embrace the impermanence of information, recognizing that much of what we hold onto becomes obsolete over time. Consider the story of Leonardo da Vinci, a master of focus and creativity. Da Vinci kept meticulous notebooks, but he also understood the importance of purging information, distilling his insights into actionable knowledge. He didn't drown in details, he used them to fuel his genius. We all have notebooks, even if they are mental ones. Imagine the lightness and mental clarity that emerge from a well-organized filing system, or even better, a conscious move towards digital documentation where possible. This act of physical decluttering can directly translate into a more focused mind, allowing you to be more present in your daily life and more connected to your true purpose, so you are able to follow the most important teaching of Buddha: living in the present moment. When you focus on today, old papers have no place there. As the poet William Blake eloquently stated, "Energy is eternal delight." Unburden yourself from the weight of unnecessary paperwork and unleash your energy, directing it towards your passions and goals. Take it one step at a time, one stack of paper at a time. It's time to tame the paper dragon and reclaim your mind, creating space for clarity, focus, and the vibrant pursuit of a life well lived. The heart of the home, however, is not immune to the subtle accumulation of items carrying a different kind of weight, those tied to memories and good intentions. 5. Simplify your kitchen, simplify your life, letting go of unused gadgets. Stepping into the heart of the home, the kitchen, a space meant for nourishment and creativity, we often find ourselves surrounded by relics of culinary dreams that never quite materialized. How many gadgets, appliances, or specialty cookware items do you own that have been gathering dust in cabinets or on shelves for months, even years? The spiralizer you used once, the bread maker now silently mocking your fleeting interest in artisanal bread, the panini press relegated to the back of a cupboard. These well-intentioned purchases, if unused, transform the kitchen from a space of joyful creation into a repository of unrealized intentions. Buddhist teachings highlight the profound wisdom of simplicity, that owning only what we truly need and use allows us to focus on the essential aspects of daily life, such as preparing nourishing food with mindful intention. Buddha said something very important about this, that the secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, nor worry about the future, but to live the present moment wisely and earnestly. It will be easier to live in the present if you only have the tools to live for today. Zen practice encourages us to find joy in the ordinary, to savor the simple act of preparing and sharing a meal. A cluttered kitchen, however, detracts from this fundamental pleasure, transforming a nourishing ritual into a stressful chore. Marie Kondo, a master in home organization, once said, "The best way to choose what we really want to keep is to pick up each item and ask, does this spark joy? If it does, keep it. If not, dispose of it." Consider the example of the minimalist chef who prioritizes high-quality ingredients and essential tools over a plethora of gadgets. They understand that culinary mastery lies not in possessing every conceivable device, but in honing their skills and connecting with the ingredients they use. What we can learn from minimalist chefs is to find the art of cooking. Let's reclaim the kitchen as a sanctuary of nourishment and creativity, decluttering unused items and embracing the Zen principle of simplicity. This transformation can bring a sense of calm and focus to your daily routines, allowing you to savor the simple pleasures of cooking and sharing meals, transforming your kitchen into a haven of mindful nourishment and joyful creation. But what about the items that hold deep emotional significance, the ones tied to cherished memories? 6. Honoring the past, embracing the present, releasing sentimental clutter. Finally, we arrive at what is often the most emotionally challenging category: sentimental items that no longer serve you. However, in the heart of our homes, we find memories living, but some of them take up too much space. These might include gifts from loved ones who are no longer with us, mementos from significant life events, or collections that have expanded beyond our ability to properly display and appreciate them. While these items hold profound emotional value, an excessive accumulation can sometimes weigh us down, keeping us tethered to the past in a way that prevents us from fully embracing the present, which is the focus of living, teaching Buddha. The path of Zen encourages us to cherish memories while also embracing impermanence, accepting that all things, including relationships and experiences, are subject to change. One teaching from Buddha says, "You only lose what you cling to." The past is beautiful, but it should be an anchor, but something that allows you to dream today. It's about recognizing that the essence of a loved one or a special moment lives in our hearts, not just in a photograph or an old trinket. It can be a painting that makes you feel as happy as you were on that very special trip. Consider the story of Maya Angelou, a woman who transformed personal tragedy into profound wisdom and resilience. She carried the memory of painful experiences, but she also learned to release the weight of the past, using her experiences to inspire others and embrace the present moment. What this teaches us is to learn that sad memories may exist, but they are something to accept, to remember, and to have peace with it. Some might argue that decluttering is difficult, that letting go of possessions, especially those with sentimental value, can be emotionally challenging. This is a valid point, and it's important to approach this process with patience and self-compassion. The Buddha taught about the nature of suffering, dukkha, and our attachment to possessions is indeed a source of it. Recognizing this is the first step towards liberation. Start small, be kind to yourself, and celebrate the progress you make, no matter how incremental. In essence, the journey of decluttering before turning 70, guided by the wisdom of the ancients and the principles of Buddhist Zen, is a powerful path towards a simpler, happier, and more awakened life. It's about releasing the burdens of the past, embracing the present moment, and creating space, both physical and mental, for greater peace and joy. By mindfully letting go of worn-out furniture, unworn clothes, expired medications, old papers, unused kitchen items, and sentimental clutter, we are not just tidying our homes. We are cultivating non-attachment, embracing impermanence, and fostering a deeper connection to the present moment. This journey of letting go is ultimately a journey towards inner freedom. What steps will you take today to begin your own decluttering journey? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights can inspire others on their own path to a simpler and happier life. And if you found this exploration valuable, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the Moon Mind Temple for more teachings on mindful living and inner peace. Remember, the true treasures lie not in what we accumulate, but in the lightness of being and the clarity of mind we cultivate along the way.